President Trump is under fire for going where no president has gone before, refusing to commit to a peaceful transfer of power if he loses the election. Our senior White House correspondent Cecilia Vega tracking the fallout overnight. Good morning, Cecilia.
Hi, George. Good morning to you. Never in the history of this country has there not been a peaceful transfer of power after a presidential election. But now President Trump is suggesting he might not accept the election results if he is not the winner.
The stunning exchange from the White House podium came with less than 6 weeks to go until Election Day and voting already underway in some states.
Will you commit to making sure that there is a peaceful transfer of power after the election?
Well, we're going to have to see what happens. You know that.
A first, the President of the United States refusing to say outright that he would commit to a peaceful transfer of power, not once, but twice.
Do you commit to making sure that there's a peaceful transfer of power?
We want to get rid of the ballots, and we'll have a very peaceful. There won't be a transfer, frankly. There'll be a continuation.
The president peddling his unfounded claim that voting by mail leads to widespread fraud. There is no evidence of that. This after earlier in the day he said he wants a speedy confirmation for his Supreme Court pick because he expects the High Court to resolve the election outcome.
I think this will end up in the Supreme Court. I think it's very important to have a ninth justice.
As he slips in the polls over his handling of the coronavirus, President Trump upping his unfounded attacks on the election's integrity.
The election is rigged.
The Democrats are trying to rig this election.
Overnight, Joe Biden stunned.
What country are we in? Look, he says the most irrational things. I don't know what to say about it, but it does surprise me.
And Republican Senator Mitt Romney tweeting, any suggestion that a president might not respect this constitutional guarantee is both unthinkable and unacceptable.
And just a day before the president made this comment, his own Attorney General Bill Barr said what the country has going for it more than anything else is the peaceful transfer of power, and we should be doing everything to support that confidence. George, the ACLU, they're also weighing in this morning saying the president's remarks should trouble every American, calling a peaceful transfer of power essential to a functioning democracy.
In the meantime, Cecilia, it appears the core message of the president's campaign right now is that somehow that mail-in voting is illegitimate, but all the evidence suggests over years and years is that it's not susceptible to widespread fraud.
Exactly. There are 5 states where this universal mail-in voting that the president is opposed to has already been in place. 4 states working on adding it for this election, all because of the pandemic and concerns over the health of people voting in person. But as you said, George, no evidence of widespread voter fraud related to this type of voting. But that is not stopping the president ramping up these attacks as we get closer and closer to Election Day.
Hi, everyone. George Stephanopoulos here. Thanks for checking out the ABC News YouTube channel. If you'd like to get more videos, show highlights, and watch live event coverage, click on the right over here to subscribe to our channel. And don't forget to download the ABC News app for breaking news alerts. Thanks for watching.